Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you our kind of more personal life update. I recently just put out a video, our curriculum update for the mid-year, and I thought it would be really important also to include how we are doing mid-year or 3/4 through the year. And I've definitely, this is a harder video to make than the curriculum one. So a lot has happened in the last, I would say, 4 months since I did a, how we're actually doing update. I put that video out in the middle of October. At the end of October, my mother passed away unexpectedly. It wasn't COVID related or anything. She had been dealing with heart issues the last couple of years, and though we thought it was all being well managed, unfortunately things happened. She was only 56 at the time, so it was very shocking to say the least, and it definitely put a wrench into the homeschool year. I gotta say, it was the first time since we started homeschooling that I actually regretted choosing to homeschool, and let me explain why. It was the first time since starting homeschool where I truly felt I wasn't the best choice to be teaching my child. Obviously, losing a parent is extremely difficult. And there were times I didn't want to get up. There were times I didn't want to teach for a good month there. And I did take some time off. But when I eventually got back into teaching my children, it didn't go well. I was very snappy. I was very mean. I wasn't in an emotional place to really provide the best of me, which is completely understandable. But of course, my children's education did suffer at the extent of it. And then you add the layer of guilt on that. Yeah, my kids aren't getting the best education because I can't do it right now. So we were starting to slowly come out of the fog of that, I would say, in February. And I know a lot of people will say, take as much time as you need. And I understand that, but the thing is, this is not something that's going to be easy ever again. It's going to be difficult, something I carry with me the rest of my life, and I can't not teach that amount of time, I have to get back on the saddle and find the new normal, the best way I can do it. So that was extremely difficult. And it was difficult for my children as well, too, obviously losing their grandmother. So definitely I would say November, October, the end of October, November, December were kind of more of a blur when it came to homeschooling. Like, we did as much as I could. I definitely did not do the best job I could, but it got done. And we made it through it, but it was extremely difficult. And I definitely gave me a perspective of people who deal with grieving or serious illness, how difficult it can be to homeschool during those times. So my heart goes out to you if you're currently experiencing that or you have experienced that. Homeschooling while grieving is extremely hard. So that was difficult. And then come the week before Christmas, my husband's grandfather passed away, again, from heart issues. And it was difficult. It was, again, difficult. We just were starting to get over that first wave of grief, and then we got hit again with it. And it was hard. And again, I would say in February, we're just now starting to come out of the fog of that. And I definitely did the best I could, and I can't feel bad about that. But was it the best that my children could have had? No. A lot of great things did happen during that time. I don't necessarily want to dwell on just the negatives, but it was definitely a difficult 4 months. On top of all that, my 2-year-old decided to drop his second nap, and I've become very aware how difficult it is to homeschool with a toddler, because my older 2 children were never a typical toddler. They're very cautious and quiet, and I remember seeing toddlers and be like, wow, that's crazy. I don't know how people deal with that. Well, my third one is like that. He climbs on everything. He's managed to scale every baby gate we've tried to put up, including ones meant for like Great Danes. We tried a dog gate, or a mesh dog gate to block off the room, and nope, he scaled up that. He climbs up the walls. He can maneuver all the child locks and the doorknob locks, so now that's not stopping him. On the bright side, he's a very bright child, but he's fearless at the same time, which is a dangerous combination. So it's one of those things where when he's awake and out, he has to be constantly watched for his own safety. So that has definitely put another wrench in the homeschooling, is that trying to figure out how, because teaching things like reading and math for my 8 and 5-year-old, there's still pretty intensive subjects that they're going through that they need focused attention. I need focused attention. So we've definitely had to change our schedule and work around the short amount of time he sleeps in the afternoon to do those core subjects, because that's the only time we can do it. So on top of emotionally readjusting, we had to physically readjust our schedule, but not without some difficulties along the way. And I'm very proud of my kids' progress and work through all of this. I'm proud of myself for getting through probably some of the hardest times I will encounter, but understanding that we have that resilience and that we can do this. Because if I can homeschool during the last 4 months, man, there's nothing that can stop me now. We've encountered so much that anything beyond this should be pretty easy. So there was definitely some difficult parts, but we had some really, good parts too. We had some nice field trips. The curriculum went really well. We didn't have to really make any large changes within our curriculum, which was really nice, which made it easy because everybody knew what was expected and what to do. So that was a little easier. And of course we had the holidays, which was nice to get together with family. And my 5 and 8-year-old are old enough to be fully vaccinated too, so it was nice to get together safely with family. And although it was difficult because obviously some people were missing there, it was a reminder of that connectedness. And it was nice because one of my goals this year, if you watch I think it's the YouTube goals, was to reestablish those relationships that have been lost because of, the last 2 years and the pandemic and different views and politics and all that, was to reestablish relationships. And I would say that has definitely been accomplished. Like, I'm doing really well with that, understanding the importance of that. But we are coming up on spring. I'm very hopeful for what lies ahead. So more specifically, how my kids are doing. My 5-year-old's doing really well. She's still in the process of learning to read. She can pick up some books now, some early Bob books, and read independently, so she's really happy with that. She's definitely starting to find her place in our homeschool and where she fits in and how everything works, and she's starting to encounter more challenging things and learning the struggle of that and how to get through it. So overall, I would say it's going really well with her. My 8-year-old is doing really well too. Her math confidence is through the roof. She's doing great with all of her curriculum. It's nice to see that change in her where she's not so timid but has a lot of self-confidence. And I think a lot of that has to do with the work we've done over the last year or so. She's really coming into her own, which is really nice. One of the concerns I had with my last update video was socialization, because my 8-year-old really craves being around people, and I would say that's not really an issue anymore. She's doing her Lego club, her horse riding lessons, and we do co-op once a week, and that's going really well. I think it really makes a difference being able to find a group of parents and children that are going through similar struggles that you're going through, and someone to talk to and talk about curriculum and all the different things and what did you do with this. It's been really, really helpful to have that support. And it's been great for the kids to play and do different activities, and I really do enjoy teaching some of the classes that we have with our co-op. And it's just, that part has been really, really nice. Homeschooling, we're in a very good groove right now where everyone knows what's expected. There's no major curriculum changes. We're gonna ride out the rest of the year, and I have every high hope that it'll be really good rest of the year. So thanks for watching.